Alert. Journalist Don Lemon has been arrested in connection with an anti-ICE arrest at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota.
The other day, we were live, and it was Don Lemon, and he had showed up in Minnesota. And the first thing Don Lemon does, right? I hate Don Lemon, by the way, but the first thing he does...
He is one of the dumbest that has ever gotten on television.
He's terrible. First thing he does, he drives up in this car, he's in the back seat, and he jumps out of the car, and he has this shit-eating lemon smile on his face, and he runs over with Starbucks to these people, and he's like, here you go.
Yeah.
And then he jumps back in the car, right, and they drive off. Now, here's what's interesting about this. He comes back, and he's in there with approachers, you know what I mean, and he's interviewing them. Most of the approachers are saying, we're coming from out of town. We're from this state. I'm from 2 states away. I'm from 3 states away, for this totally organic. Well, the cops, what they start doing, they have these guardrails on the sidewalk in front of the ICE facility, and there's gaps inside of that barrier. And so they pull their police cruisers in just to fill those gaps so that they stay behind the barrier. And Lemon's like, why would they do that? Why would they keep us compressed, behind this barrier? And I'm thinking, because you just stopped your car in the middle of the street to run across the road and give these guys Starbucks, you idiot. They want to keep the roadway clear so that they can get their people in and out. You literally stopped your car in the middle of the road, ran across the street to give these people Starbucks.
Into Minneapolis a little bit ago and did some reconnaissance on the ground, speaking to an organization there that's gearing up for resistance. I've been pleasantly surprised to see the community coming together. Diverse community. If you see this, when we first pulled up, we're like, wait a minute, which operation are we at? And as it turns out, because we were like, well, this is kind of MAGA coded, right? Saw the American flag or whatever, but these officers are planning an operation that we're going to follow them on. I can't tell you exactly what they're doing, but it's called Operation Pull Up, and it's Takima Armstrong, and she has been doing this since George Floyd.
Yes, I believe you've seen Don Lemon fully admitted he planned to storm and disrupt a church service with the anti-ICE lunatics. The only person in this case who attacked the First Amendment was him. He actually filmed himself committing a felony. That is what I've learned throughout. At some point, I've seen a lot of people, even CNN, release a statement. Oh, they're attacking his First Amendment. Oh, I've seen a lot of people coming out to say this. When you take a look at this, Don Lemon has been arrested by federal agents in connections with a Minnesota church demonstration that took place earlier this month. This is what someone had to say. Great news. The case against Don Lemon is airtight. He filmed himself committing felonies. I pray that he is sent to prison and his life is permanently ruined as he deserved, because he took this as an advantage to, humiliate President Trump. Oh, they tried and failed. That is what I saw. He was not even remorseful for what he actually did.
Alert. Journalist Don Lemon has been arrested in connection with an anti-ICE test at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota. Bill Malusian joins us now with more on this breaking news. Hey, Bill.
Yeah, Charlie, good morning to you. Our colleague David Spunt and I getting this breaking news from multiple law enforcement sources just minutes ago, confirming that former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been arrested by federal agents in Los Angeles just after midnight this morning at a hotel. This obviously all in connection with that storming of a church in St. Paul, Minnesota by that group of anti-ICE agitators. Now remember, the feds had gone to judges to try to get Don Lemon arrested before. They went to a magistrate judge in Minnesota who didn't sign off on an arrest warrant for him. Then it went to a judge above him. He didn't sign off on an arrest warrant for him. Then it went to an appeals court. They also decided not to sign off for an arrest warrant for him. So there was experts who were predicting that perhaps the feds would go to a grand jury. It remains to be seen if that's what happened here, but we can confirm that Don Lemon was arrested in Los Angeles by federal agents just after midnight Los Angeles time at a hotel. Now, typically, standard procedure with an arrest like this is the defendant will likely make their first court appearance sometime the same day. So there's a chance we may see Don Lemon make his first court appearance in Los Angeles sometime today. But obviously, this is going to grab all sorts of headlines. 3 other pastors from that church storming, have already been arrested, including who the feds say was.
Do you want to wear my You guys, I wanted to alert the public that agents are at my door right now. They're saying that they were able to go before a grand jury sometime, I guess, in the last 24 hours, and that they have a warrant for my arrest. I've talked to my attorney, and I'm being advised to go with them, I guess, down to Whipple. And my children are here. They're impacted by this. This is all stemming from the fact that I filmed as a member of the media. We are supposed to have our constitutional right of the freedom to film, to be a member of the press. I don't feel like I have my First Amendment right as a member of the press. Because now federal agents are at my door arresting me for filming.
I don't know what these people actually expected. If I go back into the days of Biden, a lot of people will slam 30, 31 years in prison for just demonstrating in front of these abortion clinics. If I'm not mistaken, this same scenario happened. Now, Democrats will always want to protect their own people. That is what they will always do every single time. When you take a look at this statement, CNN issued a statement after Don Lemon is arrested by federal agents. The FBI arrest of our former CNN colleague Don Lemon raises profoundly concerning questions about press freedom and the First Amendment. The Department of Justice already failed twice to get an arrest warrant for Don and several other journalists in Minnesota, where a chief judge of Minnesota Federal District Court found there was no evidence that there was any criminal behavior involved in their work. The First Amendment in the United States protect journalists who bear witness to news and events as they unfold, ensuring they can report freely in the public interest, and the DOJ's attempt to violate those rights is unacceptable. We will be following this case closely. If I can ask CNN a question, why is Don Lemon, your former colleague, if he was that good? I don't even want to go into that. Taking a look at how these people are struggling to twist this is crazy. It's like they have not watched the videos. This video you saw, Don Lemon was actually aware, like how they plan people, until he's even quoting like this person was there during the times of George Floyd. That should tell you it was something he knew. As a journalist, sometimes you are not supposed to talk like you are an activist. The way he was speaking here, you can clearly see he knew all the plans. He was coming, he was prepared. But using that banner, a journalist, they wanted to use that to cover up this whole case. To me, that is unacceptable. We should learn to accept truth sometimes when we see it. Democrats will not accept this, but from my observations, Don Lemon committed a big crime here. Yeah, and we should learn to say it the way it is. So I don't get the point why they are struggling to twist this. Like what he did is some kind of saying something. It's a sin, right? I saw this. I could not bypass. Just want to report the news so you can see exactly what is going on. Thank you guys for always be sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. Never stop in supporting this channel, and please share out the video.
We have a whole host of celebrities weighing in their most dramatic fashion they can.
I'm appalled. I'm sickened. It's horrible.
Enough. Enough.
It's super fun.
You have a responsibility to those people who don't have a voice. You have a responsibility to justice.
There is a woman being called Piggy
all over the world, and especially in America right now.
Be seen as a convenient target. For one thing,
Springsteen. Here's a little bit of it.
I'm so proud and happy.
We can all be better, but you know,